In this 1 hour workshop, I will just let you know the main ideas that we will discuss and what we will do. So first, we'll talk a little bit about what's missing from the current approaches in coaching and also therapies, general therapies, so we can have a holistic view of everything that's going on. Also, Yair, who is a fantastic energy reading, will discuss about the missing link, and we will also do an exercise and a demonstration. So Yair will demonstrate with 3 people if you would like to join us into how we can integrate this missing link into the practice. And I'm very curious, maybe just with a hands up or with a message, who here is, I would say, a mental service provider in any way, maybe a coach or a counselor or a psychologist, or working with people in different ways. Who maybe you would like to raise your hands and just have a feeling of everyone here. Okay, if not, let's hope that you will get the most out of this practice, and maybe it could give you a holistic view of whatever we are discussing here. So this is a workshop where I wonder if you have ever felt that something is missing from whatever you are experiencing as a coach and as a counselor, or if you did therapy in any way, if you felt that maybe something is missing. And I will start because my experience, I am structured and had a formation as a cognitive behavioral psychologist. And during the years I've learned, I also had the feeling that something is missing. I do understand that this is about cognition and about irrational beliefs, and irrational beliefs are not helping us to grow or for our own well-being. But something was still missing. Something from all these paradigms I was researching was still missing. And I didn't know what, but I had a hunch in a way that the missing link is something that maybe the research part, it's not there yet. Then I started a business, a very successful business. And in the past few years, my experience was amazing because I had my daughter. I gave birth to my daughter. And when this happened, something very interesting happened in my life. Because what happened was that everything that I shut down from, everything that I just said, okay, I don't want to deal with this, even though I had all the tools, the psychology tools I needed, emerged. And it was like my daughter was like a mirror for me. And she was showing me the way I was reacting, because it wasn't about her. I didn't get angry because of her. I didn't feel that I'm not enough because of her. I always wanted to be a good mother, to run my business, to learn, to develop. And all this striving was so exhausting that I ended up in a burnout. Even though it should have been the most beautiful period in my life, right? Because I really wanted to have a child. And in that moment was something, I would say, amazing happened, because I was always attracted in meditation, and I started the mindfulness course, and I said, no matter what, I will do this course. But I didn't believe in mindfulness at that time. And I started and I practiced mindfulness every day, even if it was very difficult. And around week 6, I knew that I really want to share this with the world, because it impacted my life so much that it really helped me. And for me, it was a really deep support, because I could connect with my being. So not just doing, but from what place am I responding? So I really connected with my being. And then I started to have any other awareness moments, which I will talk about later. But there was a feeling that, okay, this is more than just what I see. This is more, and what I mean with what I see is also thoughts, emotions, and body sensations. I experienced different sensations. And then when I met Yair, it felt like it made sense, because I was a student of Yair, and I am a student of Yair also, because I could integrate whatever I was feeling and all the data in a way that I was receiving into my work, also as a mindfulness teacher, and I do it now. So this is just a few words about me, and let's hear Yair. Yair, would you like to share something about you?
So hi everybody, and I see people that I know for many years, some of them, and some I just met just now, and this always brings me to the thought that we are actually one with like one ocean with many waves, and that's who we are. All we are waves of the same ocean. So being separate from each other is only in the mind, but actually we are one heart, one mind, really. And if we don't separate, we are connected. So we are connected. That's first of all. Second, just to share, similar to Adriana, and I have no doubt that all of you guys have similar experiences, that something clicked in your life suddenly, and you realize that there's something more to this life than what looks like around. So for me, there was two moments really strong. One, that I was traveling in India, and then because on the traveling list, you should go to an ashram that was in the Israeli kind of traveling list in India. So I was looking, and then boom, I pointed in one ashram. It was Ramana Maharishi, this lovely guru. Yeah. Since then, take good care of me if I don't mess up. Yeah. So it was his ashram, and I just went there, and since then, I feel that I'm supported by his spirit, his teaching. And actually the energy reading, which I came to me and I'm sharing since, is really inspired by the teaching of non-duality. That's really like this. So the minute I went to that ashram, all my life changed, and I start to get a very clear direction of what I'm going to do. It was clear for me that my life is about spirituality and self-development and supporting others. That was number one. When I came to Israel after being in India, and I came with a big beard, big hair, and I started to talk really weird stuff, and my parents want to to section me really. So anyway, I saw how can I mix earning living and doing something that I feel is what I need to do. And I start to learn alternative medicine and then Chinese medicine. But I always had a feeling, like exactly like what Adriana said, something is missing, because even when I went to acupuncture school in California and I studied so much, I felt something is missing. And after graduating from acupuncture school, I started to go to workshop and flying all over the world just to get more and more and more knowledge, but something is missing. That was really the feeling. And every time I get another technique, say, I got it now. And then I come to the clinic next day and become the first client. And I know now I have the exact point for the exact problem. It was okay. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't work. Something is missing. And only later, when I came to Spain and I started to work for Detox International, suddenly I realized that I can see energy, and that was the breakthrough. I realized that I can see energy. In that moment, similar to what Adriana said, I felt I must share it with everybody, because if I can see energy and I can see in online, in real moment, what's happening with my client, so I have the most powerful tool I can use clinically in diagnosis and treatment. And then since then, that was the way I work, combining it with acupuncture, because this is my training. And also that's what I do to teach, you know, and I feel a mission to teach everybody how to see, to read energy and how to use it in your own private life and in your clinic. So I hope you enjoy this webinar and the course to follow, because it's really amazing, unbelievable, valuable for me, for sure. Okay.
Yeah. So what is missing from the current approaches is that, you know, in the current approaches, in psychology and also in coaching, we usually see the person from the point of view of thoughts or cognitions or schemas. We might see the person from the emotional part. We might see the person from the behaviors that he or she is having. And what Yair said, and what also I say, is that what's actually missing to see the whole view is seeing the energy of the person, the energy that it brings to the table, I would say. And for me, because I'm very rooted in science as a psychologist, I must confess that at the beginning it sounded like, oh, this is blah, blah, blah. It's just talk and it's nothing real. We can give an explanation for everything. So this is something like we are just making it up, this energy stuff. Even though in my own being, I was sensing that there is something true there. There must be something true there. But this is for you, everyone to decide, for each of you to decide. What struck me is the link. Because when we link thoughts, emotions, sensations, and energy, the missing link is this idea of being. And this is what attracted me to, okay, let me see what's there, because when we are in the being mode of the mind, this is what we cultivate through mindfulness and through other practices. And I will let Yair maybe to tell you more about this full spectrum of seeing the person, and also what's the energy part, what's the role of seeing and feeling energy in this.
Yeah. So obviously we are physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual being, and we all know that there are so many ways to approach on all these different levels. And less known is the energy aspect of our being. And according to all the old traditions, Chinese medicine, Ayurvedic, shamanic, you name it, all of them are based energy and then matter. Yeah. So you go from energy to matter. And the point of being, when I'm present, I can break through the illusion that I'm finishing in my skin. I can break through the illusion that I have an end. I can break through the illusion that I'm starting and I'm ending somewhere, because who I am really is infinite being. And that's what we're bringing into the clinic, into our life, into relationship, into the reality of this world. Yeah, that we are infinite being and everybody is infinite. So when you connect with a client and you see yourself as infinite and you see the client as infinite, then your interaction with them is completely different, and you see them as a physical, psychological, emotional, kind of segmented person. Yeah. So what we teach is a personal work, first of all, because I must integrate the sense of infinity within me in order to be able to approach somebody in that sense. When I connect to somebody from that place of being, so I can see very clearly where they are and how they reflect in my system. Yeah, that's I'm going to explain a bit later, a bit more, but we can reflect everything in them in my system. Okay. And this will support completely your diagnosis and, of course, your approach. And I just want to say that it doesn't matter if you're acupuncturist, coach, psychologist, yoga teacher, anything, or reflexologist, anything you do that has to do with working with somebody, energy reading will completely transform that, because you can see exactly what's happening as you're working. It's fascinating. Okay.
Yeah, and I think I will also like to add that the work of a coach or a psychologist or any kind of acupuncturist, as Yair said, I think it's amazing. We are able to have a big impact on this world, no matter what we do. Or even if you just went to a coach maybe once or a psychologist, the work behind what we see, it's amazing. And when we add this paradigm of adding the energy work to all the tools that we have, then something shifts, something amazing happens, and we begin to connect more deeply with the client. We begin to diagnose more easily what's going on, and we can also add new tools based on energy work to do that. But I believe that maybe lots of you who are here are very curious on how is this working? How can we feel energy? Is this real? And if you do ask that, you're not alone. It happened to me, so it's very normal. But maybe it would be very useful to have a test to see if you can feel your own energy. And Yair, would you like to guide us into an exercise?
Okay, good. So let's just sit comfortable, and we do a short exercise to give you a very simple taste of the work of what we call the energy reading or energy being, or because actually it's so simple and we do it all the time. But when we give it a name like energy reading, we say, oh, I don't see color, I don't this, and I don't that. But actually, the way we teach is so available for everybody. So 95% in teaching many people can get it easy. Okay, so let's just have a small demonstration. So make sure you sit comfortable. If you want, you can close your eyes. It always helps to be more connected. And then let's just bring one simple question, and it is, are you happy right now? This is the question. Ask yourself, am I happy right now? Please don't try to answer it from your mind, because we can say, yeah, I'm happy because. But happiness is not a because, it's a direct experience, a feeling. We all know what happiness is because we felt it, and maybe we feel it right now. Okay. So we're asking this question. The second question is, how do I know what is the answer? What do I perceive for that? Is it a physical sensation? Is it an emotion? Is it a movement in my body? Maybe I see colors somewhere. Maybe I feel temperature. And also, where do I feel happy or not happy? Where? Which part of my body tells me if I'm happy or not happy? Is it my knee, my toes, my mind, my heart? Where? Only that is already the aspect, the basis of energy reading. Only that. How do I know? What do I feel? Okay, let's just take a minute, and I'd like to hear from a few people. What did you get when you ask yourself, am I happy? Let's hear you.
I think I feel it rather than see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you feel, Sarah?
I feel it in my heart, sort of around my solar plexus and in my stomach.
Beautiful. Thank you. So nice to have you with us, Sarah.
It's lovely to see you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Sarah. Who else?
I'm going to share. For me, usually it's a feeling, but this time it was an image, and it was funny because it was happiness, but tired happiness. So I could see myself on a fluffy cloud, like just sleeping. And it's exactly how I feel these days. I feel really happy and joyful, but I don't feel I have the sparkle and the energy I usually feel.
Express happiness.
Yeah, to kind of project it outside.
For me, it was funny. I mean, the answer was a clear yes, and it was in the like a physical sensation in the heart region, a bit like a warmth, but on the left side. I don't know why. On the left side of the, very clearly on the left side of the heart region.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Okay, who else can share?
I feel
Hi.
I feel very soft and warmth, and it was interesting you say about us being waves in the sea, because I feel a little bit like I'm bobbing about on the top of the sea in a very soft feeling.
Beautiful. So are you happy?
Yeah.
Because this softness doesn't necessarily have to be happiness. It's just what we perceive. But if that's for you, is the feeling happy? So that's
yeah,
beautiful.
I feel happy.
Wonderful. I'm happy you're happy. Great. Okay. Thank you. So just to say that, I mean, from the people who shared, exactly that is the classic of energy reading, because energy reading for each one of us, and you could see here between the people who expressed that each one of you expressed in different way, some in image, some in emotion, some in sensation. Okay, and this is the beauty of energy reading or connecting to energy, that because we are a different personality, so each one of us will connect completely different. And one of the important things we're learning when we're learning how to read energy, so when you work with somebody, because your client also will do it differently, you know, so how you translate what they tell you and what you see in them. So that's something we have to learn. But until now, we're not going to go ahead, but it's for our mind, normally it's quite obvious. Yeah, I can feel my physical body, and obviously I can feel my emotions, and maybe I can feel also energy, and I see all of you can, which is beautiful. But what happened when I try to feel outside the body? So I need to feel, I would like to feel my aura, for example. So many people, they finish in the skin, but what's happening outside the skin? Okay, so this is a breakthrough. And then even a bigger breakthrough is, okay, I can feel my aura, but can I feel somebody else? Aura, chakras, and everything. And as we're working, we see that actually there's no different than feeling you and feeling somebody else. And this is really a major breakthrough when you realize that all the reality is completely here and now. Everything is here and now, and you can connect to whatever you want, whenever you want. It's so powerful. Okay, I can talk another year about it, but let's continue.
What I also wanted to add is that what Yair said about aura and what, even if we are experiencing or not, it's there in a way. And the basic idea here is perception, because my own experience was that I can perceive my body sensations, I can perceive my thoughts, my emotions. But at one point when I did Vipassana training, there was a guidance to go even deeper, to go to the subtle sensations, and even more subtle and even more subtle. And this kind of opening to more subtle levels is perception, is opening to the perception to more than maybe we are used to perceive. And it's actually I would say very easy, but we need the training to do that. And this is very helpful. But when we start to perceive more subtle areas, it can have a big impact on our work. And for example, in my case, I teach meditation and mindfulness meditation. And during meditations, there's always some kind of shift. And before that, I couldn't know what the shift was about or to really sense it. And even after the meditation, we usually have a moment of inquiry when we discuss the experience in meditation. And it was very helpful for me after practicing this, reading the energy, to have more information of where the energy went. Is it going in a way down? And this had a relationship with the thoughts, emotions, and everything. So I can really cooperate with the person in front of me and to have this exchange of what's going on and to have bigger insights into awareness. And this is what I feel it's really a big impact on the work as a coach or as a psychologist or as a counselor of any way. And maybe, Yair, you would like to add something around this, and maybe we can also see to have a short demonstration to see if this is something that we can use in our practice. Would you like to unmute? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Let's do a short demonstration. So I'd like to ask 3 volunteers. Okay, Sarah. Who else? Okay, Natasha and?
I've been volunteered by Veronica.
I volunteered.
Okay, good. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna look at each one of you, 3 chakras. Actually, maybe first I explain what I'm gonna do, then you volunteer, or you can also go back. Okay. So basically what I'm going to do is look at 3 chakras for each one of you and read the energy and see and say possible imbalances. Okay? Just to demonstrate the way we can use energy reading. Okay. So everybody stay the same volunteering, yeah? Arnold, you still volunteer?
Unless she wants to opt in.
No.
I still volunteer.
You jump from airplanes, you can do this easy, no problem. Okay, so we start with you, Arnold. So let's look at the 3 chakras. We look at the heart chakra, the solar plexus, and 2nd chakra. Okay, so what I see with the heart chakra of Arnold, that is very, very open. It's open forward and backwards. And more to the left, less to the right. Okay. Now, all what I say, it's not what it means, but what it could mean. So I just give a few options. Yeah. So we know that the right side, theoretically, the right side is more about doing. So we can say that something in the aspect of that relates to let's say love or expression of emotion, and doing is not manifesting, yeah, because as if the right side is a little bit not allowing the heart, which is the affectionate center, is to express also to the right. So expressing to the left, but not expressing to the right. So this is a very powerful possibility. So if I'm working with you, Arnold, it's a door to enter and to see what's going on. Now, when I work with people, I take it as a possibility. I don't know if it's true what I'm saying, but I see the energy and I know the theory. I have to see if it's relevant for the client. Okay, so I think just to make it short, we don't do 3 chakras because it's too much. Yeah, just to demonstrate. So we leave it like this. Then we go to you, Sarah, and with Sarah, your heart chakra. What I see that it's very, very open to in the back and a little bit narrow in the front. Okay, and again, a possibility what it could mean is that your heart chakra has the immense potential to be very, very open, and it is open, but there is also a sense of protection not to completely open it because there is sensitivity and fear to be exposed. Yeah, so we see the energy in the back very, very open, but it has to be guarded. Yeah, so again, this is again very major, powerful, a door to enter for a process to see what's going on, and it's important that to know that the energy reading that we do is also serving as a tool. Okay, so after I work with the person, we want to give them tools so they can work with themselves and know how they can keep their heart chakra open, for example. Okay, and then we go to you, Natasha. Are you ready? Okay, so actually we can say that your heart chakra a little bit similar with Arnold. Yeah, also it's more to the left and less to the right. Yeah, so again I go to the same possibility of guarding. Yeah, actually you can say it's similar to the 3 of you. Yeah, that we guarding our heart. So the heart is guarded, and there is a part of me that is practical, let's say, but I don't get involved with that emotionally. Yeah, and the left side, which is more the feminine and emotional part, I live in peace, but I'm kind of separating between one and the other. So I don't allow the emotion and the affectionate aspect of my being to mix with other parts that maybe it's not their thing. Yeah, again, this is only interpretation, but it's not necessarily the truth. But when I see the energy, I work with the client to guide them to see why it is like this. Why? What's the reason? Yeah, and what's your take on that? Also, in your case, the heart chakra is also a bit opposite of Sarah's. It's a bit more to the front, so left and front. Yeah, and right is not allowed, and the back is also less. So the heart is open, but it's very, how do you say, guarded. Yeah, so I will work with you to get to understand why, and to see how can I allow the heart to open completely. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Yeah, so just to show that this is very, 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 very practical, all this information, because through theory and through mainly experience, we can see that each, in this case, each chakra, but it's not only the chakras we're working with, but in this case, we took the chakras. If we take the heart chakra, for example, so we see the healthy, you can say healthy heart, yeah, or healthy, affectionate being. So open, spread, love, and warmth, yeah. And then imbalance, if it's closed, not loving self or others, yeah. And if we want to rebalance, yeah, so there are different ways, yeah, to rebalance. Adriana, can you go to the next one so we can see more clear? Okay, so yeah, what we did, we arranged it in a very practical way. So like the heart is the solar plexus or the second chakra from below. So if we want to bring it into the clinical experience, so we have what the chakra theoretically is responsible for. Okay, so the solar plexus is more self-expression and self-esteem, and the second chakra is more the sense of vitality and feeling powerful in life. And then the imbalance that possible for each chakra, easily and low self-esteem, self-rejection, I'm not enough as me, etc. And what are the different practices that we can work with the client and we can teach the client in order to support them to rebalance. It's very important to understand, because it's very common now to know that there are ways that you can balance your chakras. You know, it's common for people to say, I'm going to balance my chakras to a healer. Okay, but it's important to understand that the transformation has to go between the psyche and the energy. So if I think that I'm not good enough and I'm stupid, so there's a good possibility that my solar plexus will get blocked. Okay, so I need to approach my psyche, but in the same time, I need to have tools to release the tension from the solar plexus energetically. Okay, so it's good to combine psychological work with energetical work, with spiritual work. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that this is where the magic begins, if I can share that. And about this, also this table that you see on the screen, this is actually taken from a document that a workbook that everyone will be able to have if you choose to learn the way to read energy and to bring this into your practice. We are starting the Ultimate Energetic Academy this month, actually. So if you'd like to join, you will get all the chakras and all the connections that it has with the imbalances in the body, in the mind, and all the connections. Not just these two, but we just wanted to let you know that this is very specific, and you can have this very specific tool for diagnosis, especially. And we also wanted to share that other people that brought this into their practice had amazing results. For example, we have here the testimonial of Omri. He is a coach. Yair knows him better than I do, but Omri really started to use energy reading in a moment when he didn't believe that this is really possible, and he noticed that it actually can come very easily, and it was very helpful for him as a healer in his work. And it is a tremendous gift when we are enriching our, let's say, toolkit or our abilities, because this is something that we can pay forward and bring more of this into our work. And what I think that is very important also to add is not just that we need to explain to our clients about our energy work and to give them to convince them that there is energy and you have this chakra and your chakra has this imbalance. We don't even have to use this kind of words, but we can use our knowledge and even our practices, because we are in the big program in the Ultimate Energetic Academy. We are learning specific tools to connect with the energy and to use it in different ways without even saying this kind of words, because some people might get, I would say, scared or don't really connect with this. But if we can connect, this brings a lot of information for ourselves as healers or teachers or whatever we do in our work.
I want to add here something, Adriana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to add here that first of all, to read energy is very, very simple. Again, you just have to break a few boundaries of what consider real. Yeah. And when you break this boundary, it's not only allow you to read energy, it allows you to be part of life and to participate in life in a much more powerful way and holistic way. This is one thing. The other thing is that when you work in the clinic and you don't do energy reading, official energy reading session with somebody, once you have the tool, it opens such an immense possibilities because, for example, you work with somebody as a coach or as a psychotherapy or as a reflexologist, and you can easily reflect what is their connection with their parents, for example. You can see the energy between them and their parents. You can see the energy between them and somebody who died. You can see that their energy in the time that they were in the uterus and how they felt there. You can see everything. So, and it's very easy. It's so easy to do it. So when you have this tool, it's increased a lot the possibilities of diagnosis and treatment. It opens so many doors. So I just wanted to add this.
Okay, yeah, that's wonderful to add, Yair. It opens a lot of doors. And I'm very curious, maybe if anyone would like to share, or maybe in the comments, or just open their mic, just what if you could really learn to read energy? How do you feel that this would impact your work or your way of being? Is there any way that you feel it would be useful for you? So I would be very curious to see if anyone would like to share that.
I'm no longer working as a psychotherapist. I retired a long time ago, but I'm still very interested in psychotherapy, and I'm very interested in people and connection between people. And I think it's something really important right now because this is a crazy, very dangerous time in the world, wacky world of humans. And I just think this kind of work, no matter how it's practiced, can help with that. That's all, really.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, thank you.
Anyone else would like to share?
Patricia,
Yeah.
adelante.
Thank you. So yes, I've been doing Yair's courses for the last few years, and before that I had been having a few treatments with him, and I honestly can say it has changed my life because I was always so in my thoughts, and you know, I would only have to have a thought to trigger maybe a negative emotion in my system, and it would just take me over, more or less floor me, you know, and it was so repetitive that I could never get a grip on it or just even release myself until I started just seeing the connection, you know, like, you know, for example, like with the solar plexus, you know, my default would be, you know, I am not enough. But then I would see that as soon as I would just say to myself, yeah, I am enough, how everything would shift in my system, and just how I would start to relax and feel better, you know, because I spent years more like, you know, thinking other, you know, more negative things, say. But yes, I feel I'm always learning, you know, I'm there's always things to learn, and which is good, you know, because it keeps things kind of you know, things don't get stagnant for you, then, you know, you see new things. But I love it. I'm so happy this has crossed my path in life, because and I'm very happy that it has happened to me now at this stage, you know, while I'm still youngish, you know. So yes, I love it. I love everything about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Patricia. And I think that this is such a beautiful way of expressing how energy can affect our psychology, and our psychology can affect our energy. And by mixing these two together, there is so much information, and I'm really listening and hearing that it really helped you to make sense and to open more. Even if we say that it's the solar chakra, or maybe we can say that it's going past this "I'm not enough" belief, which a lot of us have, and this is so wonderful. I would also like to read, Tanya said that learning energy reading made me learn so much of myself too. And indeed, as Yair said, it also for me, it's a practice for myself of discovering myself in completely new ways, I would say. And Natasha, you are saying that you are changing your career to be a herbalist, and you are learning about energetics of plants. Wow, this is amazing. And indeed, it seems like there is so much connection there. Yeah, so thank you very much for sharing, Tanya, also about how it helped to understand people around you. Yeah. Okay.
May I also say that it all pretty much started when I did Detox International, and Yair and Ziza changed my life in just a few hours of treatment. And I think I felt more connected to the planet and to everything, to the infinite than I ever have. And I think that I'm just trying to get back there, because it was the bliss, and yeah, and to have that again would be amazing. Yeah.
Thank you, Natasha. How beautiful you came. We are all flowers thriving to the light, and nothing will stop us. So whatever way it takes, we're going there.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the beautiful sharing here. It's really amazing. We also added some slides of something that Carmen said in her experience, and the shift she had. And the thing that I love most of what Carmen said, it's more receptive way of being. And maybe it's just the way I perceive it, because we are going back to perceptions again. But this way of being, it's not limited. And I think this is also the basis of energy reading. Also, Lizzie had a great experience and really used this energy reading into her work after doing the course. And if you would also like to join us, me and Yair, into the Ultimate Energetic Academy, you, of course, there are many more advantages, and I will let Yair talk about them.
Okay, so yeah, so one is a step deep into your personal power. It means that, how would I say, every morning when I meditate, I feel that I become a channel or expression of creation. I feel that the vibration that is all around me and the vibration within me is the same vibration. And when we read energy, it's not really reading energy, it's being alive. And you feel that everything is alive. And that's what it means, step into your personal power, because really the power is not personal, yeah, but it comes through the personal. So once you are aware that everything is alive, you're channeling the life, the creation through whatever you do. And it will come in the clinic or anything you do, doesn't matter if you wash dishes, it'll be beautiful. Yeah, so this work is a personal journey to support your connection with life and to support everybody else's connection with life that you're coming in touch with. Okay, radically improve your clinical efficiency for sure, you know, because that's what happened to me. You know, I see, you know, I don't have to think so much which point I'm going to use, which meridian I'm going to use. It's so clear. It's blocked, let's open it. That's it. It's so clear. The energy doesn't flow there. Let's see why. You know, it just, you know, everything becomes clear because you see it. So it's very, very, you know, you don't have to think so much. Dramatically increase your client satisfaction and thereby your own. For me, energy reading is mainly, or a lot of it is teaching. you know. So when people come for a session, I see that my goal is to help them, to educate them, to connect them with the life force, so they can have the power to come back to who they are, to their power always, you know. So that's what I see in my work. So it's a combination of, let's say, healing and teaching, for sure. And when people feel that they have the power to empowered, they feel good, you know. They are not so dependent all the time. They feel that if there's a problem, they can do something about it, and they can teach other people to do. Maximize your earning potential. Yeah, for sure. People will like you, they come. And boost your career. Yeah. Yeah, those things are more difficult for me to talk about. Okay.
Yes,
but,
Yair, if you would like, let's just make a joke. We can look at your energy and see if there's a blockage around money there.
No,
Okay.
I just want to say that I feel that that when you are where you are, so things just flows, you know, and that's really what happened to me personally, for sure, you know. The minute I start to see the energy, everything starts to fall into place, everything. So there is no doubt, and you know, and there is no doubt that also in terms of earning, for sure it helps. There is no doubt, because everything works better. Earning is a flow as well as everything else.
Yeah, and I would like to add that this what you said about it's starting to fall into its places, because this is actually the missing link, the missing piece that can really integrate all that we are learning or experiencing into one. It's a holistic way of seeing ourselves and other people, and that there is actually no difference between ourselves and the people around us, and even those who are not around us. And in this way, we created a 4-month program to really learn how to bring this into the practice. And how we can do it is we talk about this program as a 3-step program. So the first step is learning to read energy. And this is more of stepping into your own power to read energy. It has a lot to do also with the human energy system, learning the subtle bodies, and it's very practical. It's a way of not just, we aren't going to talk about chakras or auras, we are going to practice and feel it, and have a lot of homework in a way, so we can tap into this reservoir of knowing, of being, and of reading. This is the first part, is really a practice of going deep into ourselves, because if we do not go into ourselves, we cannot really connect from a place of presence with somebody else. Yair, would you like to add something about this first module that we are doing in the 4 months course?
Yeah. Yeah, first module is to learn to see energy straightforward. Yeah. And to integrate it into your life. And to see that seeing energy is actually so natural. And it's become very magical, because once you see energy, you see that everything is alive. So it's really very inner transformation.
Yeah. In the first module, we are also learning about the connection between energy and all the psychological theories that are here and that support and connect. There isn't so much research around energy. We are starting to have research on this, but a lot of concepts connect with theories from psychology, and this is where we learn how they connect and how we can use the psychological theories to go a step deeper into ourselves, and also to be able to use in the second part of the module, which is the clinical application of energy reading into diagnosis and also into the treatment part. And This is very practical, the clinical application, and we will also learn tools for seeing the energy between people in relationships. We will learn techniques that we can also balance energy in different areas where we can sense imbalance. Also, Yair, if you'd like to add something about this second module of clinical application of energy.
Yeah, because what happened that in the first course, in the first module, when you learn to see the energy, many times people say, okay, but what do I do with it? Okay, but what do I do with it? So all the second part is exactly dedicated to going back and seeing, okay, this chakra looks like this. What do I do with that? Yeah. So first is, what does it mean? Yeah. Second is how we can shift it. Yeah. So yeah, it's super practical.
Yeah. And this is, for example, is okay. I can see that the heart chakra is more to the right or more to the left. What do I do with this information? How can I use it in my practice? And also tools of how can I recalibrate it in a way. And we can use tools that we already know as coaches or psychologists, or of course, we will also give you extra tools to do that, which I found they're very helpful. In the third part is also the clinical practice of energy reading. And I would say that this is a lot of practice. And we will use this time to practice on each other, practice into our work, so we can see what's happening and we can bring this feedback into the class and learn from whatever we are experiencing. So that is not just a guessing work. We are not just guessing here, we are knowing.
Okay, here I just want to add that that it's very important that we understand that what I develop as energy reading diagnosis and treatment is my way of doing it, but it's not necessarily your way. So in the clinical practice, what we're learning is how to follow, you know, the way I do it, but actually later how to apply it to your way of doing it. Yeah, so you don't need to do all the steps that I'm teaching necessarily. You can go straight to what's relevant for you and what you can take from the energy reading exactly straight into your practice and integrate it. Yeah, and not do the whole process like necessarily like I teach. So it's very important that you understand that you can integrate it no matter what you do. Okay.
Yeah. I think this is the point where me and Yair met, because Yair said, okay, Adriana, would you like to do a course for coaches and psychologists together on energy reading? And I was, what? Okay. And then we started to work and everything flowed so easily in a way that it was amazing. And it is amazing because bringing this part of energy reading, and also with the mindfulness tools, with the psychology tools, also with the theory, because we also need that. It's like having a balance. It's like going on a bike, and we are practicing this kind of balance. And this kind of balance we are also learning how to bring into our own practice. I think this is what is so amazing about this work. And the main point, the central channel in a way of our work is this idea of being, which is the basis for energy reading, for mindfulness, for in a work as a coach. When we can bring the presence into our work, amazing things can happen.
Okay, so I just want to say that in my evolution, personal evolution in my life, I feel that teaching energy is a culmination, like it's all what I did maybe in many lifetimes and in this lifetime. Yeah. So now is the time to share it with everybody, and I feel that energy reading is 100% a personal journey. You know, because you cannot read energy if you cannot read yourself. You cannot read somebody else if you cannot read yourself. So it's a personal journey inward. And when you connect inward, you can connect outward. Okay? So it's a beautiful journey, and I hope you join us.
Yeah. So this is also an invitation. We cannot force anyone, of course, and we don't mean to do that. But if you would like and you feel that this is something that's useful for you and you are in your work, we would be very happy to see you at the Ultimate Energetic Academy. We are starting this month. And because you are here, or even for those who will see the recording, there are many people who enrolled to see the recording. We have a special discount extra from the discount that you will see on the website. So on the website, you will see a discount, but when you go to the checkout, the first 5 students will have an extra discount with the code Infinity. You can see it in there. We will also send an email if you would like and you think about joining us. You are very welcome, and we are very happy to be able to hold the space for you in this 4 months journey. But even if you don't choose to do that, because maybe it's not the time, I hope that you found great value in this workshop. And just as a recap, what we discussed today was the missing link into the work of a psychologist or a counselor. And we saw the holistic way of adding this energy work into the work of a counselor or a coach. We also had a practice, how can we sense energy, not how can we read energy? And you can do the same exercise anytime, just as a short practice. You will also find a lot of materials on Infinite Being Academy on YouTube. Just notice, how do I know I'm happy? Or how do I know I feel what I feel? And you can connect with different layers, with the emotional layer, with the cognitive layer, with the energetic layer, with the somatic layer, with the senses. And also, Yair also did a beautiful demonstration of energy reading and the way we can use it into our work. So I hope you found it helpful. And if you would like to join us, do note this special code, Infinity, and you are so very welcome into the 4 months experience of the Ultimate Energetic Academy.
Okay.
I thank you very much, Yair. If you'd like to add something.
Yeah, first I would like to thank everybody for joining us. And I'd like to thank Arnold and Veronica for supporting me and supporting us. We know them for many years and they're amazing people. And really, honestly, a lot of gratitude for you and for Raul for supporting us also and being so amazing part of all this. And for everybody who came and joined us. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you in the training or anywhere else, you know. So we are together on this journey. As long as we are breathing, we're working together and we're supporting each other.
Thank you so much to both of you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, have a beautiful afternoon or wherever you are.
Thank you and keep in touch. All our best. Bye-bye.